Hi everyone, how things going? Nigel here again from nigelchart.com. So today I want to share with you the law of reverse effect, right? Where the more you want, the less you will get. So, have you ever seen someone trying very, very hard to get something, but just can't get it? This could be chasing for money, could be chasing for wealth, they could be chasing for love, for acceptance, for relationships. They could be chasing very hard for that girl or that guy, they could be just chasing for something. Just that whatever they're trying so hard for, it just seems to elude them and they just can't seem to get that girl, that guy, that money, that business, that promotion that they want. And then conversely, on the other corner, there's a bunch of people who don't seem to care, as much, but they seem to get what they want. Now, have you ever heard or seen this before? You know, so this person called Aldous Huxley coined the term the law of reverse effort to explain that the harder we try with a conscious will to do something, the less we shall succeed. Is it really true? Hmm. So, frankly speaking, I've experienced this myself personally. And I do know individuals and even businesses who experienced this before. And you come and think about it, right? It actually happens a lot in life. So I'll give you an example. Have you heard of somebody who really wants to be happy? You know, they want to have happiness. They want to be really happy, and they will say things. They may say things that, "Oh, I want to be happy," and they may do everything that they can do remotely possible to make their lives happier. But ironically, they get less happy. They get more unhappy. Happiness seems to avoid or elude them. Met this kind of people before? And then conversely, people who don't really care about happiness or joy, they just seem more fulfilled and more happy. Weird, right? So another common example, I give you a simpler example that most of us get is that, you know, when banks start to call you to offer you loans when you don't need money, okay, you remember, right? So it's very funny because I would tell my wife, like, why do these banks call me now to offer me loans when I don't need the loan? You know, happened to you before? Or, in our business, where we tell patients that, if we are not suitable to treat that particular kind of problem, we will send them to a certain specialist to treat it. Or we just say, no, that's good enough. And then the patient will double down and they will say, they'll be adamant and more insistent to engage my team. They say, no, take my money already. You know, um, the analogy is like, have you seen restaurants, the restaurants that have long queued, a lot of people queuing up for the food, they seem to get to just always have long queues. Like no matter what, it's always long queues and people are willing to queue. Yet conversely, restaurants that are quieter, emptier, never seem to break through and have lots of people queuing up. You know, why? How does that work? You know, Mm, Another example is that why some people will avoid committing to some type of people because these type of people may seem too needy or seem like trying too hard. Right? So these four examples I gave are quite common examples. So the question is that why do some people try so hard but they don't get what they want? And there's another bunch of people who are exactly opposite of that. What is missing? What are we missing here? So I went and dive deep a little bit more, and I found that there are three main issues that causes our success to run from us, to be elusive of us. Number one, if we spend too much time just dreaming, talking, and thinking about the end result and what we will do with the end result instead of actually doing what's required. So I give you an example. I know some people, that they have big lofty plans, big dreams, and they will always talk about, oh, we shall do this when we shall go IPO, when we get public listed. We shall have a lot of money, then we shall do that. They spend time talking about the end result, the end outcome, and less time on what will actually get them there. It's like a person who talks about the benefit of jogging, who likes to have the jogger's body, jogger's legs, or what to wear to jog instead of actually fucking jogging. You got to just wear the damn gear, jogging gear, and head out and jog. You know, it's also like the person who likes the idea of falling in love and being in a relationship more than actually liking or loving the person in the relationship. This is being distracted from what's important. That's number one, dreaming and talking more than doing. Number two, taking a short-term perspective, taking shortcuts. Taking shortcuts is where many businesses and relationships fail or start to fail because they take this approach of very short-term transactional thinking. And when you become short-term and transactional, you may start to compromise quality and ethics, and of course the relationship goes out the door because you will start to care less. You just want to see the end result. Some of the people that I've seen doing this before, to their downfall, is when they start seeing clients as cash cows. You start hearing stuff like, "Oh, I'm going to milk that client, I'm going to milk this." These are stuff that I'm like, this is not the way I do business, this is not the way I do work, this is not the way. I serve by providing high quality value, high quality products, and building a relationship because it's more fun that way. When people or businesses take a perspective or an approach of how much I can make in the shortest time possible, that usually signals the end of the relationship, of a meaningful relationship to me, right? Nobody wants to do business with somebody who just is going to take and take and take from them. Okay, that's number two, where it is a short-term perspective and taking a very transactional way of doing business or living life. Number three, you could be trying too hard and or spending too little energy and effort on the process itself. So this is where the magic is. The magic is on mastering and refining the process. So you got to love the process and love the execution. There is no shortcuts. No shortcuts. You got to master the process. I give you an example. If you're a baker, you own a bakery, and if you don't like the process of waking up early, buying the stuff for baking, preparing the dough for baking, letting the dough rise for those that rise, preparing all the ingredients, all the utensils, baking, slicing, packing, and then selling the goods that you bake, right? And networking to build the brand, speaking to customers. If you don't like this process and you're a baker and own a bakery, you're going to be really screwed. Conversely, if you really like it, if you like the process of it, and you just love it, clients, even yourself, can see this big difference between someone who loves the process and someone who doesn't. And people, I tell you, I swear to you, people will always go to the person who's much more passionate, much more diving deep into the process. Yeah, showmanship is good, and there's a bonus, but it doesn't take away from the main cause, which you got to love the process, because it's the process that will make you a master, right? And people always pay for mastery. People always pay for value, good value. Likewise, like me, right? I'm a hand therapist. I run a physical therapy company. So our magic, our secret sauce, it's not really big. It's not really a secret sauce. We fall in love with our patients. We fall in love with our clients. When we fall in love with the process to get our clients from painful injuries to zero pain and normal movement. That's actually it. That's our secret sauce. We just like our patients and want to get them better and discharge them. So let's fix you up, and you go off to do your running, do your sports, do your climbing. We'll fix you up and then go off. And we like that actually. And all our clients become our friends because we don't see them as like just cash cows. These are our friends. I will text them. I say, "Hey, how are you doing? I thought about you. Are you all right?" And I don't do this because I want to make money. I do this because I'm really thinking about them. Like I have a friend one of my patients will become a friend. And when she's not well, I'll text her, "Hey, how are you doing? Are you all right? Are you okay? What did the doctor say?" And it's really this business, this approach is the way I like to be. The process is the way. Likewise, if you're in a relationship, right? You pay attention to your special someone and what they like, what they don't like. You give them time, you give them love, you give them energy, right? And again and again and again. Is that it's like that daily saying, hey baby, how's today? Hey baby, I love you. Hey, I'm sorry, I did that mistake. You got to love the process and daily do the processes and improving the processes. The magic is in the process. There's no other way, you know. So, how to succeed in what you want? How can you get what you want? How can you make sure that success in whatever you want doesn't elude you, doesn't run away from you? Okay. At the first and foremost, at the very top headline, is just two things. You got to disconnect from the end result. You can't just see end result, end result, end result, end result. The magic is in falling in love with the process. When you fall in love with the process, you do the process diligently, you master the process, the wonderful end result is what is the byproduct of it. So this is the order. You master the process, do the process diligently. Okay. As you do that, your end result that you want will come to you. So if you want six-pack abs, right? So you got to do exercise daily. You got to cut back unhealthy food intake, cut back on, don't overeat your calories on a daily basis for 6, 12 or more months, right? If you want to have good dental hygiene, good teeth, you know, you got to floss and brush your teeth at least twice a day, every day, just that 2 minutes. It's every day. And you got to avoid sticky sweets that will stick everywhere that can cause a decay. If you want to build a good business, you got to fall in love with your clients. You got to find out what's the number one problem that you can solve, and then you have to solve it again and again and again and again and again in a transparent and in a very high quality manner, in a profitable manner, of course, right? If you want to have a loving relationship or marriage, you want your marriage to and a loving relationship to go on forever, you got to put into daily effort, the little kisses here and there, the flirting, the how's today, baby? I've got you, baby. We're in this together, This is basically you got to fall in love with the process, do the process diligently, refine the process every day, disconnect from the end result. As you master and continue to do your process, you will get the end result that you desire as a byproduct of paying attention to the process. The magic is in the diligence of the process. This can be applied to anything you want in life. Relationships, love, money, business, personal development, health, anything at all, So remember, the end results that you want, right, comes as a byproduct of consistent doing and improvement. Don't just dream or talk about it. Don't do shortcuts. Actually do something about it that brings you closer and closer to delivering high value to your clients, to your loved ones, to yourself. So that's all I have for you today. Go get it. You got this. See you guys. Bye.